If you have a cell phone, and who doesn't, you're lying. You are definitely not too old. Him? He's got a flip phone, so I'm not talking to him, right? If you have a cell phone, please silence it. Please silence it. The people behind me have worked really, really hard, and it's not fair to them to disrupt them, so please silence it. Many of y'all will not be able to hear if the phone goes off, but they will. Some of y'all will get that later. Again, my privilege and pleasure to welcome us. I am going to do something officially clergy. We're going to pray. So let's pray together, and then y'all will be here for what you'll see the concert, which is what you're here for. Let's pray. Loving and gracious God, we thank you for this day, for this time, for this chance just to come together and celebrate what it is to live in freedom and hope in community. We thank you for the gift of the music and the way it shapes us, the way it unites us, the way it stirs something deep within our souls. And we thank you for those who are able to share the gifts that you've entrusted to them. We ask that you would let them use them today to your glory and your honor, so all of us might come away better and stronger together as a people because of it. It's in your name we pray. Amen. Y'all, it is time for the symphony. Let's celebrate.
I'm going to stand up here next to my hero. Everybody give this man a round of applause. Good afternoon. What a joy and an honor it is to be here today and MC this patriotic concert. I'm Chaplain Robert Ward with the Florida Army National Guard. I'm currently attached to the 254th Transportation Battalion in West Palm Beach, Florida. I have a battalion full of truck drivers. And we go from all the way north at Mariana, Florida, all the way south to Miramar, Florida. I have one of the largest battalions, not only in geographic area, but also the number of soldiers. And it literally takes me an airplane to go and visit my soldiers at one time on one drill weekend. But it is a blessing and an honor to walk amongst the next generation of heroes. But it's also a blessing and honor to be here today to honor those of my sisters and brothers that are here today that have worn our nation's uniform. I tell my soldiers all the time, we can wear this uniform with pride because individuals like you have worn it with honor over the years. So it is my joy and pleasure to be here today. And to help this man right here, it's become we've been doing this way too long.
16 years.
16 years. I haven't been here for 16 years. This hitch has only been about 13. So I would say probably over 10 years that I've been here doing this concert. And it's been a joy and an honor to get to know this man and the group of musicians that are here behind us. So without further ado, I'm going to let him get on to the concert. I'll be back to talk to you in a little bit, but enjoy our concert this afternoon. Aaron?
Thanks, my friend. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. How's everyone doing? Great to see you all, and thank you so much for having us. We want to thank Riverside for hosting us, and we're going to begin the show. Every year I like to feature some of my conducting students. I have a great set of students that I get to work with throughout the year, and I like to throw them to the wolves, so to speak, and let them conduct on some concerts. So I'm thrilled to feature our guest conductor today, Ari Cricks, and I hope you welcome them. Thank you. you so very much. We're going to present a brand new piece of music here today for you. It's by a great friend of ours who's based out in Orlando. His name is Christopher Marshall. The symphony has performed, I don't know, maybe 20 of his works over the past 15 years. He's a great friend of mine and a composer I love to feature, work with, collaborate with. He's here today. He wrote this piece called Pulse, and I'm going to have him come up here, just tell you briefly about it before you hear it. And that's that. Would you please welcome to the stage Mr. Christopher Marshall.
Good afternoon. Okay. Okay. That's all right? Everyone can hear? Great. Okay. Well, it was 2016, June the 11th. We were in Washington, D.C. There was a performance of one of my pieces going to happen in the Kennedy Center. We'd just been to a rehearsal for it, and we're coming back on the metro. When we got off, we found ourselves in this huge crowd of people. And it turned out it was the Pride Parade. We hadn't even realized it was Pride Week. And it was an amazing sight, an amazing sound. So many people, joyful, celebrating, very, very noisy. But it was a real experience. And we went home, and early in the morning, we started to hear these reports about something terrible that had happened in our hometown of Orlando. First of all, it was 10 people might have been killed, and then 20, and then finally 49 people gunned down at a nightclub called Pulse. And this piece is really processing that. I've been working on it for a long time. I finally finished this year after many false conclusions. I finally got there, put the double bar there. And it's my attempt, as I say, to process that thing. And I think we're all processing, really, this phenomenon of life in this modern world where people can be in a place where they're safe, where they feel safe and secure, a place of worship, a place of entertainment, a place of education, and then suddenly, in the blink of an eye, everything is turned upside down. So with this piece, the way I approached it, I looked at the word pulse. And of course, the main meaning for pulse is the blood pulsing through the body, a sign of life. But there are many other meanings of it too. You can have pulses of energy. You can have the pulse of feet on a dance floor. The music, of course, has a pulse. Now, this piece, you'll hear, has a pulse that goes right from the first note to the end. Doesn't change at all. It's there. Sometimes it's a reassuring thing, perhaps like the heartbeat. Other times it can sound ominous. And over the top of that, there are all these kaleidoscopic visions of clashing rhythms, of clashing emotions, really, clashing colors. And as I say, this was my answer, my way of processing that event 7 years ago, and I'm so grateful to Aaron and the band for taking it on. I'll hand you over to them now. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Our next work is from the composer John Corigliano. He's one of America's most foremost composers. And this particular piece that you're about to hear is the fourth movement of a larger work called Gazebo Dances. It was originally written for piano for four hands. So piano four hands means two pianists on the same piano playing. And then it was later transcribed for orchestra and then later wind orchestra. And it's one of the big standards in all of wind band literature. We're just going to do the fourth movement. It's a tarantella. And like I said, I like to feature some works that kind of showcase. We only get to do a band concert once a year, sadly. So I like to showcase our musicians' talent because we've got some of the best musicians in the state of Florida. And so I like to pick a few works that's just going to, blow your mind, hopefully, and blow their brains as well. This is one of them. So this is the fourth movement of John Corigliano's Gazebo Dances. Please welcome back to the stage Ari Criggs.
Just to let you know, when you let your wife run the sound booth back there, she comes out and says, you got to tell them they got to go to intermission. So we're going to have a 15-minute intermission. You'll see, hopefully we'll have a timer up there you'll start counting down like we do out at the Space Center. And as soon as it gets to 0, everybody, if you can be back in your seats, and we'll kick off the second half of this concert. You enjoying it so far? All right. Well, now we get to get up, stretch our legs, go to the bathroom, greet one another, and be back here in a couple of minutes. We'll look forward to seeing you for the second half. Well, welcome back to the second half of today's concert. Hopefully everybody got to stretch their legs, correct? Forgot to tell you beforehand, if you show up late, you have to stand up here and sing I'm a Little Teapot. They'll accompany you. Let's see. It looks like everybody made it back on time. So without further ado, I'll bring back up Mr. Aaron Collins.
I may not be Mr. Aaron Collins, but I just want to say it has been an absolute privilege and honor working with this wind band and working under Mr. Collins so far, and I'm so excited to continue this journey with them in the second half of the concert. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. Let's do this.
Back on. There we go. Thank you, Ari. It's awesome to see new composers here learning, getting their wings. And I look upon my chest, I have a pair of Army Aviator wings here, but when I'm not wearing these wings, I'm wearing an airline captain's wings as part of the American Airlines family. The other day, it was about a month ago, I had the honor of transporting a World War II veteran from Tri-Cities to Charlotte, North Carolina. He was 102 years old, parachuted into Normandy on D-Day, and told me before he boarded the airplane that his number of takeoffs in an airplane were greater than his number of landings. And I said, well, my goal is to make sure that you're landing and we do the exact number of landings as we do takeoffs today, because as an airline captain, landing the airplane is just as important as taking off. It was an honor to have him on board. It was even more of an honor when we got to Charlotte and I watched an airplane full of people remain in their seats so that him and his family could deplane. And his family was there to meet him. Two of them happened to also work for the American Airlines family. So it was a joyous time, and it reminds me every time I come to do stuff like this to make sure that we as a nation honor those brave women and men that have worn our nation's uniform at every opportunity that we get. So this is the part of this concert that I love the most, because we get to honor those men and women that are amongst us that have worn our nation's uniform. Before we play the service hymns and make sure that all of you remember those days, we're going to go through Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Merchant Marines. So I'm giving you the lineup. So when you hear it, you got to stand. And the Marines right now, over the past 10 years, the Marines are in the lead. My Army brothers and sisters, let's try and dethrone the Marines at least once. Come on, work with me here. But before we get to that, I would like to ask all those men and women that are in our audience today that have worn our nation's uniform at some point during their lives to please stand and be recognized by the rest of us here. I'll stay standing for a second because, I don't know if I'm going to get to 102, but we're going to see how close we can get there. So do I have any veteran here today that's over 80 years of age? Please stand. Over 80. Over 80. Over 80 years of age. Look at this. This is amazing. Do I happen to have anybody I'll let you raise your hand on this one. If you're over 90 years of age, raise your hand. All right, the rest of you, if you didn't raise your hand, you can sit down if you haven't crossed the 90 mark. All right, Cliff, you guys keep standing up because you got competition back there. All right, I'm going to let you give me the number. What's your number? What's your age? Your age? Yeah. 90 and a half. We got somebody back there? All right, I got to come back here because I don't want to. And we got 96? 96. Is that not? 91? All right, I got 96. I'm coming back here to this lady back here. I'm not going to make you yell across the whole congregation. 99. Well, and she'll be 100 on September the 16th.
I'm a war bride.
A war bride.
I met my husband when he came over on the D-Day.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Well, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for being here today.
I came here in 1948.
Oh, awesome. Well, God bless you. Welcome, and thank you. And we got another 99? Oh, 90. Man, I honestly, I was accused of being a lot younger today by my brother up here, but I'm actually 51, if you can believe that, and I hope I am that awesome when I get to 99 and to 90 and all the others that we have here, because like I said before, I get to walk amongst what I consider to be our nation's next greatest generation. Every day I put on the uniform and I walk amongst these brave men and women that put on our nation's uniform, and are, especially as National Guardsmen within the state of Florida, and are called to do things like pick up after a hurricane, distribute food, distribute water. We have soldiers that are serving, supporting the Department of Corrections because they're having difficulty getting individuals to work in the prisons. We have soldiers deployed along our nation's southwest border. We have soldiers deployed around the world, and we're running into another hurricane season, and so we all have our bags packed. And when I talk with these soldiers, and soldiers complain, but they still show up. And I was there last year on the west coast of the state watching soldiers help the citizens of our state with food and water and cleaning up the roads, getting power restored, doing whatever we can to assist the citizens of our state. If you didn't know, Florida actually has the smallest National Guard per capita of any state in our nation. So we have fewer soldiers per citizen that are in uniform, but when we are called upon by our governor to go, we go. And I'm honored to be amongst those brave men and women, and ask that you continue to pray for them, continue to support them, and anytime you see them, give them a handshake, a pat on the back, thank them for their service, but also when you see them from afar, just say a little prayer for them, because we definitely need it. So with that, I'm going to bring Mr. Collins back up here, and when you hear your branch's hymn, I expect you to stand and be recognized and sing loud and proud, so not only can the audience recognize you for your service, but you can sing your service hymn one more time. Mr. Collins.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. How about one more round of applause for everyone who served our country? I'd also love to recognize one more group of people. If you're a family member, which is just as equally important, a wife, a spouse, a husband, of anyone who served, would you please stand and let us recognize you? Thank you so very much. I want to point your attention to the back of your programs real briefly. On the back of your programs, you see a listing of upcoming concerts that your Space Coast Symphony will be presenting. We love presenting this program, but we present a wide variety of concerts each year, and we'd love to invite you to some concerts. Our next concert, Rite of Spring in Summer. If you're not familiar with the Rite of Spring, it's perhaps 20th century's great work, and it features an orchestra about a that's going to feature an incredible orchestra. We'll also be featuring a saxophone concerto written by Michael Kamen and also music from Mr. Holland's opus. Later, we'll be doing a program called The Great Westerns. If you enjoy Western music from the movies, we'll be presenting it live at AMC Avenue 16. So you get to sit in the movie theater, enjoy some popcorn, some drinks, and watch the symphony perform as the action plays out on the screen. We'll also be doing a program called A Little Night Music from Stephen Sondheim. Stephen Sondheim's great musical. It'll be with a full cast and chorus, and full orchestra as well, with sets and all, so we invite you to that as well. And you can kind of see our upcoming concerts from there. If you go to our website, you can see all of our concerts that we do through now till May. Also in your program, some people asked, what is this wish list in our program? If you so happen to have the means and you kind of see the cost breakdown of what things cost for the symphony. Nothing is free, obviously, but you can see the cost of music, paper, all of those things. So if those things interest you, to make a donation to the symphony, we would certainly appreciate it. And you can kind of pick what you would like to support, even if it's one of these musicians on stage. So we certainly... They're great, I tell you. So we're going to move on to our next work. Like I said, I'd like to pick a work or two that will really stretch the arms, legs, fingers, mouths of our musicians. And this is one of those pieces. This is a piece called To Tame the Perilous Skies. It's an incredible piece talking about it's written about airline pilots and kind of their adventure through it. It's an extremely challenging piece, and it's going to put our musicians to the test. I know you'll enjoy it, so I hope you enjoy To Tame the Perilous Skies. Thank you so very much. Now I need a shower. We only have about 2 hours to put all of this program together, to rehearse. You know, we don't meet weekly. We just show up on Friday night, meet, get 2 hours to put together the whole concert. So I just want to congratulate the musicians, such talented musicians. I'm real fortunate to get to work with them, so thank you very much to all of them. All right, we're going to move on to something just a bit lighter. Thank you once again. I want to thank Riverside Presbyterian Church for hosting us. I think this is maybe our 17th year presenting this particular program. We got to form the Dr. Vernon Bushell concert series. I got to work with Vernon Bushell for many, many years. It's a pleasure to know him as a mentor and a friend. And we are always thrilled to get to perform this concert here at Riverside. And I thank them very much for having this concert series, continuing to promote music in our community. So a big round of applause for Riverside Presbyterian. If you would like, we would certainly appreciate you donating towards the concert series. There's buckets in the back if you want to support this series. We certainly appreciate that. We're going to close the concert with Miss Beth Green again. This is God Bless the USA. It's so great to see you all. I hope to see you all at our next concert. Appreciate you.
to start again and begin a brand new life. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, and now I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend you still today. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. There's a pride in every American heart, and it's time to stand